Are you ready, Nick?
I'm ready. Are you ready, Forrest?
I'm pretty ready.
Dun da da dun da da dun da 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 dun da da dun da 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 dun da da da. Phoenix get off the chair. Da da dun da da. It's Pokebears starring Nick Hahn and Forrest Busey.
Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome. Phoenix is my cat, by the way, everyone.
Yep. And she was on the chair, and he told her to get off the chair, and now you're all caught up with our lives.
Nice.
All right, so how you doing, Nick?
I'm pretty good. Hey, it's only been like a week since we've done one of these podcasts, right?
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely. And they've all been uploaded in a timely manner as well.
About 2 months worth of information, though, has passed.
That's very true.
It's that 1 week it's been since we've recorded the episodes.
Ah, boy.
So anyway, welcome to another episode of Pokebears, everyone.
Thank you for coming out for a sixth time?
It's sixth because we've done the 3 starters and then 2 of the worst Pokemon. And now it's the 6th one where we might not do.
I only thought one of those Pokemon were awful. The other one's just not great.
Showdown or Aromatisse? That's awful.
Aromatisse is pretty awful.
No, okay.
Anyway, so last time we recorded, unbeknownst to me,
and just forgotten by me.
Yeah, we forgot to do an episode. It's one of the actual straight up banned, we're not going to show this anymore episodes of the anime.
And the only episode we actually could find of it was the edited episode.
Yeah, so we didn't get the infamous
boob jiggle scene.
Breasticles.
James cross-dressing scene.
So the episode is episode 18. It comes before the Tentacruel episode, and it's called Beauty and the Beach.
Because they're beauties on the beach. Bum, 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 bum.
Although from the way that title is done, it kind of looks like it's saying Beauty and the like that's what it's supposed to.
Oh, hey, this beautiful girl and a Oh, that's unfortunate.
The hottie and the naughty.
Is that even... I know it's a movie, but, is it even culturally relevant at this point?
It was made 9 years ago, so probably
9
not.
years ago? Wow,
It's
that long.
2007.
I remember seeing the trailer for it, and I'm thinking, wow, that's
I know.
dumb. Shoot, how time goes by.
I know. It's crazy. Anyway, so this episode, just get out of the way. What did you think of this episode overall? Your overall thoughts of the episode.
It's a filler episode, so it's they're not high.
No.
But let's go over the reasons in the story.
Specifics.
Those more specifics. How about you? What do you think of it?
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay. So in episode 19, Tentacool and Tentacruel, there's Nastina, and then at the end of that, she's blasted off to what is her cousin or sister or whatever. I think cousin. And we actually see the cousin in episode 18, Brutella.
Yeah, Brutella, a combination of Brutal and Nutella. And
I'm
she's
sure that's
just,
what it is.
Completely. She's like the just as ugly but less financially successful of the 2 cousins.
She's not quite as mean.
She's not quite as mean, but maybe that's why she hasn't made as much money.
Oh,
yeah. Her restaurant is failing, and Ash freaking steals a freaking boat, and...
Oh, yeah. So, let's go ahead and start out with that.
Yeah. So
they're on the beach. Misty is in a bikini, and they're like, whoa, Misty, you've never looked like a girl before. And Misty's like, well, that's rude. And then Ash says, okay.
Is that what he says?
No. But I'm paraphrasing.
No, I like that you said that Misty must have a butterface. That was kind of funny.
Yeah, because
they didn't like her until she was
in the bikini.
Which, considering Misty's supposed to be how old, I think that's kind of creepy.
They don't actually say how old she is. I would guess as a gym leader, she's at least 13.
Yes, because we've never seen young gym leaders before.
I think the youngest gym leader in the games is Iris.
How old are Tate and Liza?
I assume I got the impression they were at least 15 or
really?
18.
I thought they were like 10, like little kids or
Oh,
something.
no. Little kids are no.
Okay. Anyway.
Where were we? We were talking about how Misty is Butterface.
Misty's a Butterface. And Team Rocket is in the episode, of course, and they have a masterful plan that they're going to use their submarine Gyarados.
By the way, this is the first time it's showed up.
What?
Their submarine Gyarados. That's a recurring machine that they have.
Oh,
it's their Meowth balloon of later.
Of water technology?
Yeah.
Huh. So why then... How come they never use it after this?
They do use it.
They're just gonna... Well, I meant like in the other episodes when they could have used it, they didn't use it.
Oh, like when they were trapped on a...
Island, for instance, or...
Well, they were on the boat. They didn't have access to the Gyarados submarine, because when they got crashed, they lost it. So...
Well, anyway, so we cut to Ash and Misty and Brock, and they're already on this boat. And I guess they just straight up stole the boat.
Because Misty asks, "Hey Ash, where'd you get this boat? It's really nice." "Oh, I don't know." Brock went on it. "I only went on it because Pikachu went on it." So
why would you follow Pikachu? What, did Pikachu rent the boat, did you think? Like, what?
Pikachu bought a boat for all of them, and he just, with its massive wallet.
Yep. Just a little Pikachu credit card.
Yep.
Pikachu card. So they crashed. That was probably the funniest part of the episode. That was the only really entertaining
Grand Theft Boat.
Grand Theft Boat. Grand Theft Nautical. And they crashed the boat into this dock. And then this old guy comes out and he's like, "You crashed a boat, and
you crashed my boat on my dock."
It's got terrible. Who plays the old man?
Oh boy! I'm Mo.
He's got a terrible old man voice. So Mo, his name's Mo, and he's like, "You gotta help me pay for this. So we're gonna work in my restaurant." And so Ash, Misty, Brock, and Pikachu work in Mo's restaurant, and
because
next
he
door,
has no other staff apparently.
Because he's the only staff, and next door is Butella, and Team Rocket's working for them because of reasons I can't remember.
I think when they crashed with the Gyarados sub, they blasted off onto Brutella, and Brutella said, right. "You need to work in my restaurant."
That's right. Yes, of course. How could I forget? And then the most of the episode is like what one of those kitchen versus kitchen shows on the Discovery Channel or whatever.
Ash uses his Pokemon for servant labor. And no one else does. Geodude would probably be a pretty good ramen staff person because it floats and could handle the hot plates.
The Pokemon anime. Thrill as the Pokemon run a restaurant and
pass out flyers. But then this show just gets even more like
amazing
and
on the edge
when Professor Oak and what's her name? Dahlia, Ash's mom.
I don't know.
Ash's MILF mom show up and say, "Hey, there's a beauty contest, by the way, that no one in this town knows about because y'all are going to send out flyers and Brock will be the announcer."
And yet we know about it, even though we live in Pallet Town. That's like
Town of Pallet.
That's however long away.
So then this beauty contest happens, and there's a contest portion, or not a contest portion, a costume portion, and then a
bikini portion?
hot chick portion.
Which I guess that was my favorite portion.
I like the Squirrel Starmie costume. That was cute.
That was actually kind of fun. On a very microscopic level, considering how like the rest of this episode was just so bland and forgettable.
And in the unedited part of this episode, that's when James is like, "We're going to enter the beauty contest. Misty, you got no boobs. Look at my boobs. They're awesome."
Is that what he actually says? Because
I don't know. It's in Japanese, so I don't know. But
they never aired that part in English?
No.
Oh, that's upsetting.
I mean, we could probably find the subtitled version of it somewhere.
I don't care enough.
I'm going to do it, and then I'll report back.
Go for it. This episode did not... It just didn't earn that. It was just such a... This is one of these nothing episodes of the anime, the filler. anime episodes. Like, the next one, for all of its faults, the tentacle episode, for all of its faults, it was still a giant tentacle attacking a city.
Like, went down.
Like, stuff actually happened in it. This was like, oh, our restaurant needs to do better than the other restaurant. Pidgey, come help. I choose you, Charmander. Make the steaks.
It's Pidgeotto. Ash has a Pidgeotto. He tried to catch a Pidgey.
Sorry.
Failed. It's okay.
Pidgeotto, pass out flyers. Charmander, charbroil the steaks, because that's the only steaks that are going to be in this whole friggin' episode.
That was clever.
Thank you.
But then, when Team Rocket enters with their Ekans and Coughing, and they're not showing up at all mysteriously because edits, they're disqualified, I guess, and then they go off and Brutella says, hey, go destroy the contest in their restaurant. 'Cause money.
And did they? I can't even remember.
They were going to. They took out the Gyarados submarine because Brutella fixed it. And then everyone was running away because they thought it was a Gyarados. And then Ash was like, hey, everyone, it's only a tank. It's not an actual Gyarados. And then everyone's like, what? Oh, okay, then we're safe. And then...
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And then the Gyarados shot out a Sharpedo.
It didn't look like Sharpedo. It just was straight up... It was a missile with a face on it.
It was a missile with a shark theme.
It was a missile with a face on it. And is my memory correct, or did that face, like, change during the... Like, did it, like, move, the face?
I don't think it did.
Okay, maybe my memory of this episode is fuzzy then.
Maybe. Or if it did, I didn't notice.
We did get a cameo from Gary. The second time we ever see him in the whole friggin' anime.
Third time, actually.
Is it the third time?
Because the first time was the first episode when Gary's being an obnoxious
for that.
Second time is when Ash goes into town to get a potion so that way they can revive Pikachu.
He didn't speak.
And then, he didn't speak, but it was just perfect. The door just slammed on Ash's face and
Gary just walks off.
He just walks off. It's great. So this is the third or second actual time he's on the show.
And then the episode is banned.
Because he just has his entourage of women enter the contest with no Pokemon.
And that's all he does, right?
Yeah, like there's
he doesn't even show up afterward, does he?
No, he doesn't. Ash is like, oh no, there's her torpedo, and Gary's like, oh yeah, there's her torpedo. What are you gonna do about it, Ash? And then so Ash sends out his Charmander and Pidgeotto, and the Charmander
uses
flamethrower.
Why is there no flamethrower? What level is this friggin' Charmander at?
I mean, what level does Charmander learn flamethrower if it's not?
I want to say like 40.
Wow. Okay then.
Actually, I'm gonna look that up. First generation.
Okay.
Looking up.
So then, anyway, uses the flamethrower on the heat-seeking missile on the okay, here's what happens.
It was that's right.
The heat-seeking
missile. I forgot about that.
Missile onto the submarine Gyarados. The Gyarados has to run away from the torpedo, and when they turn around, they're going towards Brutella's restaurant, and then they actually destroy Brutella's restaurant. And Mo was like, "Yo, thanks guys, it was great. Because you didn't destroy my restaurant, and I guess the contest just ended. Here's a trophy. It says to the beauty in all our hearts, Ash Ketchum." And his mom's holding
Ash, and then Ash gives it to his mom, I guess. Is that what happens?
Yeah. But I like the image of Ash's mom just holding it.
Yeah.
Because it implies that she's the beauty winner. And
she's
honestly, she is. She is. God damn, she's hot.
So Charmander learns his flamethrower. I just looked up Charmander I think it's 6th generation. I didn't want to take the time to go back to Generation 1 because I'm lazy, but in Generation 6 at least, it learns flamethrower at level 37.
Oh, that ain't bad.
That's still a pretty big gap. Like, I feel like Charmander should be doing better in battles than he's doing if he's at least level 37. But
around where Ash is in his gym badge collection, my Pokemon were in like the early 30s when I got to the 4th gym. So
fair enough. Okay, fine. But he's still not evolving it.
He's not evolving it, no.
Like, this confirms it because he's definitely at the level he should have evolved twice. At least, but he's just not evolving it.
No.
Cool. So, in case you couldn't tell, I really didn't care for this episode.
How many Voltors would you give it?
1.
I think I gave it, what, 2?
You said 1.
I said 1, 2? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's just so bland and forgettable. Like, I was having hard time. We just watched it, an hour and a half ago, and I'm having a hard time remembering what happens.
It does confirm that Oak and Ash's mom are
Our thing.
our thing.
They're doing the...
Like, they conveniently say they're with the Pallet tourist group, but no, they didn't show anyone else from Pallet, so...
So,
Can't
Oak
believe that.
is doing the dirty to Ash's mom.
Dahlia, Delilah, Dave.
Dave?
Her name was Dave.
Okay.
Until I learned otherwise.
Here's my Master Ball, Dave. Push the button on it. Have my bone meringue. And my thick club. I don't know why I'm turning him into a Marowak. But
I was wondering, like...
Yep, he's a Marowak now.
Okay. His mom's probably dead, so...
Alright, next episode. That one was stupid.
So next 4 episodes, episode 20...
Next 3. 22, 23, 24.
Oh, but, like, 4 episodes later.
That's right.
4 episodes later.
That's right. Don't go out of your way, by the way. Don't go out of your way to go see that episode. It's totally not worth it.
You know.
It's not worth it. Episode 22, Abra and the Psychic Showdown.
This is the first of the trilogy of Ash trying to beat Sabrina. By the way, Sabrina's number 4, according to Ash.
The 4th gym?
The 4th gym.
You can 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do those in almost any order anyway.
You can. It's just weird to see Sabrina so early. Because I usually saved her for 6.
I usually did her after Koga, I think. Yeah.
Well, no, I did her before Koga. Because Koga and her are like the same level Pokemon, I think.
Yeah. But typically, Sabrina's the more challenging one in the game because, her
Psychic.
Pokemon, yeah, they're just fast and powerful. And in Generation 1, they don't have any major weaknesses. Unless you want to try to use a Beedrill against them, which you can. But you have to level it up a bunch.
And how many people have Beedrill by this point?
Well, if you caught a Weedle, you probably have a Beedrill. But whether or not you've kept it is the question.
That's what I'm asking.
I did. At least once. I'm sure I did at least once.
Yeah, I've never done it.
Beedrill can be pretty useful because of Twin Needle and Pin Missile. They're super effective against Psychic and Poison. So,
and when Poison is 1/3
yeah, exactly.
of the Pokemon.
So yeah, you do a fair job against some of the opponents.
That's fair. So anyway, they're lost again.
Because every episode has to involve them starting out lost.
They have to start out lost.
They have to start out lost.
Because otherwise, it's not a Pokemon episode.
I guess.
It's a Digimon episode. Which is funny because they're lost all the time in Digimon.
I didn't watch Digimon enough to know to get
great.
that. So they start off, they find a little girl who's just like in the middle of fog, and then she disappears, and Ash almost falls off a cliff for like the 50th time in the anime so far.
And then Bulbasaur saves him.
And Bulbasaur saves him. Not one of his flying Pokemon, but Bulbasaur. Whatever.
Pidgeotto's too small to carry Ash, man. And Butterfree's gone by this point.
That's true. There's no more Butterfree.
Yeah.
How could I forget? It was such a prominent episode. And
it was a prominent episode. Anyway, the different episode will get, yeah. So then, anyway, that whole thing happens. And then they walk into Saffron City. Because it's Saffron City and it's huge. And then a couple of hula girls show up and say, hey, you're the millionth one, second, and fourth people to come in here. Congratulations, here's a prize.
And who does it turn out to be, Nick?
It turns out to be Jesse and James. But, to their credit, it is the best disguise they've had so far. Because their hair is actually hidden.
That's true. Minus their voices, these were actually pretty decent disguises.
Like, James just has a bad, I'm a lady. And Jesse doesn't even try.
She didn't even try. Hi, I'm totally not Jesse.
So then they actually use something from the games.
Yeah.
And put them on a warp tile.
Although they didn't use it in Sabrina's gym, nor did they use them in any other part. But at least they had it, I guess.
I mean, you find them, if you could find them in Sabrina's gym and in Selfco, chances are there are more warp tiles in the city of Saffron.
True enough. Maybe they just use them like cars or something. They don't actually walk anywhere. They just use warp tiles.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
It would be. Warp to
Wouldn't it be cool if they like explored some of those kind of dynamics in the show, like if they explored a little bit more of the world that they live in,
like the economy and the politics.
And how
I would totally watch a political drama thriller with Pokemon. In it. House of Pokemon. I would watch that.
House of Pokemon. Yeah, it'd be more interesting than Team Rocket and Team Rocket and Ash and Team Rocket.
So anyway, because they apparently can't walk off and then back onto the port.
Warp
Tile. Team Rocket has successfully stolen Pikachu.
Yay!
But then the little psychic girl from earlier shows up and
just kind of teleports them out of there and freezes Jesse and James, and they're out of the episode after that, which is...
And just gives them a giant middle finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why I like this episode, is because Jesse and James
are dealt with in, like, the first 5 minutes.
Yep. And yeah, have you noticed that the episodes that are better tend to get Team Rocket out of the way early on?
That's sadly true.
It is so true.
But some of the best episodes do involve Team Rocket. We haven't got to those yet, but they do.
Well, the AJ episode involved them more, but it also used them in a way that makes more sense too.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they find the gym, and inside there's a bunch of like psychic people who are like developing their powers. Their like backstories and everything are like hinted at, but they don't explore them at all. We don't know if they're like really powerful psychics or if they're all just learners, or
I think they're just learning.
Because the one guy who talked to them, it took him like all of his effort and energy in like 10 minutes to just bend the spoon like a quarter of an inch.
And the one girl in the practice lab kind of just did it, bent it real easy.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
Again, it would have been nice to learn something more about these people, but
telekinetic training.
Whatever. Let's
Professor
go.
Xavier's School for the Gifted.
Then we get to the good part of the episode, which is the battle between Pikachu and Kadabra.
Or Abra.
Or Abra, depending on which part of the battle you're sitting in.
It starts out as Abra, but then it evolves mid-battle.
Did Sabrina wait for like years for someone to come along and challenge her so that she could evolve her Abra and Kadabra? Was she waiting for the right person? Or does she always just have like another Abra on standby to evolve mid-battle just for surprise factor?
There is in Saffron City, a lot of the residents do seem to say, hey, you know what? Sabrina's dangerous, don't challenge her. There are other gyms in the Kanto, challenge those. So she might not get that many challengers.
Maybe not.
Or if she does, the Abra's probably just been teleporting and being a
That would be really annoying. You know what? I don't want this badge as badly. Just stop teleporting away. Hacks.
And so then the Abra just gains experience like, whoop. Nice.
Good job, Abra. Good job. You teleported away. You didn't actually fight, but you just teleported. That was the BS part of that battle.
Evolve.
No, that too, but more so my problem was, and this comes from differences between the games and the anime, but in the anime, Abra can use protect or can use teleport and acts like protect or evade or dodge or whatever. In the games, you know how disappointed I was to find out, because after I watched the episode, I went back and I was like, okay, I'll catch an Abra and then I can just use teleport in battle and then it'll
just
dodge every attack. Yeah. Oh no.
Teleport doesn't work.
My Abra is dead. How disappointing.
So then you just have to use an experience share or just send out your Abra first
in
order for it to be useful. So then it evolves into a Kadabra, unfortunately for Ash, and then just destroys Pikachu.
That was pretty cool.
That was
fun.
Brutal.
Yeah, that was fun. I like battles where Ash has to try really hard. Now we'll get into my problem with
the conclusion of
this trilogy when we get to the conclusion of this trilogy, but I like the way they set this up. It was fun because Pikachu stands no chance. Kadabra's like taking his electric type attacks and like turning him back and turning into a dragon and launching it at Pikachu like a missile and stuff, and it's
slamming him on the ceiling floor repeatedly.
Yeah, like he just destroys Pikachu. It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, no, that was one of the sweetest battles.
Yeah,
so far.
Definitely better. I would say it's better than the Lieutenant Surge one because that one was just kind of BS because Raichu had an unlimited number of moves.
Raichu has what? Was it 6?
Yeah,
8?
No, it was like 8. We counted like 8 different moves that Raichu had, and most of them were normal type or electric.
So then Ash loses, and because apparently Ash is able to stake the lives of other people,
Yep.
he, along with Brock and Misty, are shrunk down into the little toy city that they don't know is a toy city, and then find out it's a toy city.
And Sabrina's like doll that she controls is with her psychic powers is like gonna bowl them over with a ball
And then the one dude was like, "Hey, no, don't go in there." Teleports in, gets them out, and then says, "Yeah, no, you don't get. You guys, stop it. Stop challenging them."
You don't want to challenge Sabrina. She's way too powerful.
To which Ash is like, you, man. I want to be psychic. Teach me to be psychic. No. Because he can't. You're usually born with it. And it bothers me that he says usually, but he doesn't clarify that at all, because that could mean that
some people do.
Learn.
Maybe he did. Maybe he learned.
That's why he's so weak
powers.
when
That's
he's
why
only
so
like...
weak. Because he was like, okay, Sabrina has psychic powers. I need to catch up with Sabrina. I'll try to turn psychic too. Hey, that would have been a fun backstory.
That would have been a fun backstory that wasn't explored.
Nope.
Oh, well.
Gotta save all his backstory for the big reveal that he's her father.
Wait, what? I thought he was her photographer.
No. You silly person. He's her father. Actually, Ash never did learn the truth that he was her father.
No, that was never...
I kind of like that joke. That's funny.
He's the only one who calls Ash out on his bull.
But we'll get to that when we get to that. So that's the end of this episode.
So, and he says, well, you can defeat Sabrina if you go to Lavender Town and
catch up ghost Pokemon.
And catch a ghost Pokemon, because ghosts are effective against psychic Pokemon, especially in Generation 1.
And not weak to them.
Yeah.
For any reason.
And psychics definitely aren't completely immune to ghost attacks.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
And even if they weren't immune, it's not like we only have 2 ghost-type moves available to us, one of which is incredibly weak and the other does fixed damage. That's not a thing.
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
Shadow
just
Ball.
Clarifying. That's not
a thing.
That's not a thing yet.
Actually, Mewtwo does use Shadow Ball in Pokemon movie, the one.
Yes, but we're not talking about the Pokemon movie today.
Also, that's like when second generation's about to come out anyway. Exactly. So anyway.
Alright, so that was that episode. What'd you think of the episode overall?
I loved it, actually.
Yeah.
Despite the obvious problems with it, and it addressed them well, and like it called itself out on the problems. Like a lot of stakes happened. Like Ash challenges a gym. He loses. He gets shrunk down, and they nearly die. And then it explores the ability of psychic people. Mm-hmm. I'm giving it 4 full orbs.
Now, see, for me, this episode was still kind of padded out. Like, dear God, we gotta fill that 21-minute runtime. For the love of God, we gotta fill that 21-minute runtime. It wasn't nearly as bad as other episodes, so definitely not nearly as bad as other episodes. But there's still stuff that they could have explored in the episode, and the fact that they teased some of it just made it more obvious that they're never going to explore those things.
Why is the one guy wearing a mask?
Exactly. Why did he have like a diseased mask on his face when he was talking? Like, why
was he Russian?
Here? Why was he weirdly Russian that he couldn't just keep a consistent accent? Like, why are those things what they are? But I like the battle. I like the atmosphere of the episode, especially around the little doll or whatever.
And Lightning Dragon.
And I love the Lightning Dragon. That was fun. Even if it didn't make a lick of sense, it was still fun. So I give it 3 Voltorbs. It's a rough episode, but I enjoyed it. I had fun.
Sweet.
All right.
So anyway, second part of the trilogy. The Tower of Terror!
Glad that name isn't copyrighted or anything.
Yeah.
Or trademarked, or what would they...
Wait a minute. What's the Disney World ride called?
Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror. Okay. So
and this one is called...
The Tower of...
The Tower of Terror.
Wait, is that actually what it's called?
Yeah, the Tower of Terror.
Wow, okay. No, that does work too, grammatically. Weird. So anyway, they're lost in the fog again, or whatever, and they hold hands.
Every episode has to start with them being lost. So then they get to Lavender Town. They don't explore Lavender Town at all. They just go straight to
Lavender Town's just like a hole, apparently. Like the only thing they have going for it is Pokemon Tower.
And that's a friggin'... Well, in the anime it's not, but in the games it's a friggin'
graveyard.
So.
Which makes me sad that it's not a graveyard in the anime. Like
that could have been really fun.
It would have been like a really cool ass episode to have people like mourning over their Pokemon, and they have to awkwardly like maneuver their way around them in order to catch a ghost Pokemon.
Yeah, like that could have been really cool.
But no, it's just a generic haunted house thing.
Although I did like it. Like, I liked the whole haunted house thing. I thought... And I liked Gengar, Ghastly, and Haunter because they were having the time of their lives.
The Ghastly trio.
Yeah, they were having the friggin' time of their lives.
The Pokedex entries could not have been more wrong when it comes to these three.
Why?
Because they're all about, hey, Ghastly's poison is enough to kill an elephant. Haunter and Gengar, they will straight up kill you in an alleyway. And these are just fun-loving, like, toy playing.
But that's one way that the anime and the games can differ in a way that's not going to upset me. Like, they can have different personalities with it. Like, if we were to meet another Gengar and he was like a badass motherfucker who's gonna straight up murder you, like a legitimately terrifying, as opposed to like a poltergeist,
like a Gengar with a different personality.
Yeah, exactly.
A different nature, if you will.
Yes, exactly.
So they spend like 5 minutes discussing whether or not they should go in, and then they go in.
And then they go in. The banter between them was kind of fun. Of like, oh no, you go in. Where you're definitely the brave one of the group.
Yeah, you're the one who wants the ghost Pokemon, man.
Yeah.
But I'd rather go in the morning. Well, no.
Just go in. And Dash just start sleeping in his little sleeping bag. It's fun.
So then they go in, but then they go out. Oh, and Team Rocket's there, and they all Ghastly scares the out of all of them individually. And
I like Team Rocket in this episode because
they're just the victims.
Yeah, it was nothing but them being the victims. I can't get behind that enough. Anytime that Team Rocket is just getting like beat the crap out of or just like dying, I'm fine with that. Like when that's all they do, I'm okay with that. So speaking of death, or do you want to not come to that yet?
Well, they go in the tower, then I forget what happens. I think they get scared from Ghastly.
They get scared from Ghastly,
and then they leave.
They're sending the table into the air and everything.
Yeah,
with
and
all
then
the dishes, and then they leave. And then Ash is like, "Well, I'm gonna go in again," so he goes in again.
And then he dies.
Because a chandelier falls on him. Well, actually, I guess he was still alive. Haunter went over and pulled their spirits out of their body.
So see, Haunter will straight up kill you. That Haunter fits his Pokedex.
That's true.
So now Ash and Pikachu are ghosts, and they take it really well.
They do. They're just like, all right, this is fun as hell.
Yeah, let's go play pranks and almost kill Misty.
Yes.
Brock, by the way, Brock, catch her. That she can't hear me, but oh well. Brock does catch her, so Misty lives. Miraculously.
I had fun with this episode because it's just so goofy and like that's all it's meant to be and that's all it wanted to be and it did it.
Like they came in with the distinct serious purpose of catching a ghost Pokemon that it can handle the powers of a psychic Pokemon.
Yep.
And then it's just a goofball.
And then it's just goofball. Episode. And it's just goofy. And it's fun. And they fly around and then he finds out that they want to be kids or whatever and then they fly back and Haunter's like, yeah, I'll follow you, whatever. I don't give a
And so now Haunter's joining them.
Now Haunter's joining him. He doesn't catch Haunter, but he joins
him. Very important to note that. He doesn't catch Haunter.
Yes. So, what do you think? I like how I like how their spirits can just kind of go back into their body and they're alive again.
Yeah, convenient.
Convenient, very convenient.
Yeah. So
what do you think of that episode?
I gave it 3.
You gave it 3? I gave it 3.5.
I like the story of it, and if it was like 7 minutes shorter, it would have been a 4.
It would have been perfect. Yeah, I agree. If it had been shorter, because it's definitely padded, but it's padded with fun stuff. Like, it's not padded with, like, trying to force in a dramatic plot or anything.
No, but I got the idea of it, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. But I liked it. I think this is the first time I've liked an episode more than you.
There's another episode I think you have. One I hated, and one that you're like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, that's true. But I like this one a lot, so. That was that episode.
Yeah.
Now on to the last one.
The last one, and also the last one in the trilogy.
And I guess we both kind of agree that's the worst of the trilogy?
Yeah. Because it really padded.
Yep. This was like, we decided to make this a trilogy.
We should have made this a double.
We should have made this 2 episodes. We should have cut the Sabrina one in half and put most of the Gengar, Haunter, Ghastly stuff like at the end and the beginning, at the end of the last one and the beginning of this one, and then bookended it with the Sabrina battles. That's what we should have done. But we didn't do that.
But instead, Haunter's a little
Ash goes into...
Haunter.
I liked Ghastly's voice.
Ghastly.
I like how most of the Pokemon, they'll, like, try to sound like an animal, like Pikachu, or, like, Bulbasaur. Charmander! Like, they're trying to sound like an animal. Ghastly. Just Ghastly. I'm Ghastly.
I mean, what do you expect a ghost to sound like, though?
I don't know.
Gengar. Because Gengar just sounds demonic.
He does. Ash goes in to fight Sabrina, but Haunter left because he's like, I'm just gonna go have fun, whatever. I don't.
You. What? Oh,
I'm
you
Haunter.
agree to this? I'm sorry. I'm a ghost. I don't agree.
I do whatever I want. So Haunter leaves. Ash is like, oh, well, hi, Sabrina. I don't actually have a Pokemon to challenge you with.
So I quit.
I quit.
And Sabrina's like, no, you. Hey, you know these guys that you own the rights to, that you own their lives, apparently? They're dolls now. Oh, well, I'm gonna run away anyway.
She turns Misty and Brock to dolls.
She doesn't just shrink them down. She turns them straight up into dolls.
Into dolls. Unlike the other episode, yeah, they're just straight up dolls now. So Ash was like, oh no, I can't possibly beat Sabrina in a million years. I'm gonna have to go find Haunter. Now this is where we get into my biggest problem with this episode, and also like with a lot of these anime episodes in general. Is that Ash never actually tries to work hard or train hard to win and to defeat an opponent. He's just like, okay, I need to find the next Deus Ex Machina.
He did try to win with Brock.
Yes.
Albeit a strategy that should not have worked.
That strategy should not have worked at all. And also, it was more of a... It wasn't, okay, Pikachu, come with me and let's train. It was, I'm going to force a lot of energy into you.
Oh, yeah. Just a
like, that, yeah. And then with Lieutenant Surge, that was the only one where it was like, let's think of a strategy to beat him. That was the only one that had that kind of dynamic to them. With every other battle, it's just, okay, let's find one device that can make us win. And that's not, what are you learning from that?
Yeah,
you know, my favorite episode up to this point has been the episode with AJ, where it's like, okay, you have to work hard in order to get the things that you want to do.
You have to EV train.
You have to EV train. Like, you have to work hard. Like, it's not just like, it's not going to be easy to get the things you want. That's why I like that episode. And then it hasn't applied to any other episodes. No. And this one especially, because Ash is like, oh, I don't have Haunter. It could have been, oh, I don't have Haunter, I guess I'll have to train now. But instead it's, I don't have Haunter, let me go find Haunter.
To be fit, to argue though, it's not like he could have just said, I have to train now. Because Sabrina's like, well, no, because die.
That's true. But he could have left, trained for a couple days, and come back.
Yeah, could have. But that would have involved the psychic dude helping him. That would have had a big rely on him.
That's true.
Because he did. The psychic dude even said, next time you won't be so lucky. But he was as lucky. I guess he did lose Brock and Misty along the way, but he himself is fine.
He himself did not. Nothing happened to Ash. He did not have to pay for his own mistake there. I love one of my notes on here is just, Ash is such a dumbass. I can't remember what that's in reference to.
The photographer, because he shows...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He shows him a picture of, presumably himself. What a smart person would infer. His little girl, Sabrina, and then their mom. And then Ash is like, you must be their photographer!
Jesus Christ.
And Ash, the guy's like, wow, you're a dumbass.
You're such an idiot, Ash.
Speaking of the mom, doll Brock and Misty meet doll Sabrina's mom.
Yeah. How long has she been a doll for?
We don't have no point of reference. For all we know, it could have been since as long as that flashback, which was 14 years ago. So Sabrina's mom is calling Sabrina a sweetheart, despite her being a doll and immobile for 14 years. That is some dedicated parenthood right there.
That really is.
Like, I'm not sure I could do that.
I would not be so forgiving. Like, okay, I've been a doll. Okay, now you let me not be a doll anymore. Thank you. Also, I'm gonna fucking murder you. It has happened in the last 14 years I have no knowledge of.
By the way, I'm a dark type now. You.
I've missed out on so much. A giant tentacle attacked the city? What the I didn't know that.
I could have been there to help. So, Haunter shows up to antagonize or laugh at James and Jesse, who have some plan on a construction thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we're gonna snatch Pikachu up using construction. I don't
Did they
fucking
actually reveal their plan there?
We're just there for no reason.
There. Yeah, we're just here.
Oh, it's a haunter. Oh no, I'm gonna laugh and fall and die.
Now that part when Jesse was trying not to laugh because
that was pretty great.
That was funny.
I will give props for that part.
I really love jokes that are some of the funniest things in the world to me are when people are trying to not laugh at something. Like that scene in Life of Brian where they're just trying not to laugh at him talking. That just becomes so
Linus! I love it that the thing that makes Jesse laugh, because Haunter's been doing all these faces, twisting his face upside down and like
all kinds of
sticking his eyeballs out, juggling them. The thing that makes Jesse laugh is just like this, with dramatic music playing, Haunter waving, and then Jesse laughs and falls.
Maybe Haunter was using some of his own psychic powers to be like, okay, bye-bye, and make her fall. And then they fall, and then they somehow don't die.
Because they're immortal.
We've
been over this. They're immortal. Their bodies are indestructible.
I guess that's our curse, then. That's not their curse, that's our curse.
We
can never be rid of them, because they are literally immortal.
So then Ash finds Haunter again and says, Haunter! Where have you been? And Haunter says, I don't know, I'm a Haunter. So then they go back again, and by this point I would have just said, Haunter, you know what? You, I'm catching you. Stay in the Pokeball. You come out when I tell you to.
And then you'll listen to me, damn it. But
because I'm not going to risk my life again.
But no, we can't have Ash own a Haunter. That's not one of the pre-approved cute, cuddly Pokemon.
Friendly Pokemon.
Yeah, he can't have a Haunter.
So then Haunter disappears again.
Yep. So Pikachu's like, okay, fine, I will battle Kadabra this time. Just leave me alone. He goes to battle Kadabra. He starts to lose. Haunter comes in.
But then Pikachu actually does get a Thunderbolt in.
Oh, yeah, but
Kadabra.
But Kadabra recovers it.
Oh, so then he's going to lose.
Yeah.
But then Haunter comes in.
And just, makes Sabrina laugh and...
Makes adult Sabrina laugh.
And then the doll goes away. It just dies, I guess. It seemed like it had sentience, but I guess it was just
the split personality of Sabrina, who Sabrina created when she was focusing on her psychic ability training. And then everyone's happy because Kadabra can't battle because he's telepathically linked to Sabrina, who's laughing her butt off, so he's laughing his butt off.
And then the dad comes in and declares that Ash is the winner.
Because he's the MC.
Suddenly he's the judge. Thanks.
And so then everyone is not a doll anymore, and everyone is forgiving Sabrina, despite her being a monster.
The end. What'd you think of that, then?
I'm giving it 2.5.
I am, too.
Like, I liked the action. I liked the parts that matter. Like, sequence of events was good.
Yeah, the scenes themselves almost worked.
And the Haunter scenes were just great.
Yeah, everything with Haunter I loved. But it was very anticlimactic. Ash didn't actually... I mean, yeah, he got the Haunter, but he didn't himself train it. He didn't himself come up with any kind of strategy. He's just like, I have a Haunter and it's going to win the battle for me. I don't even own it. It's just going to win the battle for me. So, like, it would have been awesome if there had been, like, some kind of, like, okay, I have this Haunter now. I need to train it. Oh, it's part poison. It's weak to psychic.
And then Pikachu has to come in.
And Pikachu has to come in and help or something. But we don't get any of that, so...
Squirtle learns Bite, but Bite's a normal move by this point, so...
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It'd be nice too if Ash would use some other Pokemon besides just freaking Pikachu all the time.
The Pikachu and then the starters.
I don't think Pidgeotto has ever been in a non-filler episode by someone he was like introduced in.
Misty.
Besides
battled Misty and Brock.
So in other words, the only other really good battle with Misty was the only ones he's been in, and AJ, I guess. I think he was in AJ's.
Yeah, he was in AJ's. Sandshrew used Rollout.
Mm-hmm. And just destroyed him. So overall, the episode itself it almost kind of worked, but
It could have been edited.
It could have been, yeah, and it could have been so much better.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, end of the anime review segment because that's 4 episodes. Yeah.
Yes.
So, in this 1 week that has passed since our last episode, we
Wait,
got.
You want to go to Pokemon of the Week really quick?
Oh, is that? I thought that was. Oh yeah, we do Pokemon of the Week
Afterward. I mean, that's up to you.
Let's do Pokemon of the Week. Let's do
Okay,
Pokemon of the
go
Week.
for it.
Okay.
So do you want to pick a random number?
Yeah, I'll pick a random number.
Go for it.
Let's go with 203.
203. All right. Let's see if it's a Pokemon Nick hates again.
I bet it's a Bronzong.
Oh!
Oh
hey.
yeah, Toxicroak!
Right. Yay! Toxicroak.
I love Toxicroak.
I love Toxicroak too.
Yay!
All right, finally a non ass Pokemon.
A non needs to die Pokemon.
Exactly. Okay, so here's my question for you right off the bat. When you used your Toxicroak, do you use a physical Toxicroak or do you use a special Toxicroak?
I use a physical.
You use a physical?
Because the base attack is just a lot higher than special attack, and the special Toxicroak requires Nasty Plot.
That's true.
Whereas
That is true.
physical, you can just go straight into it.
That is true. But here's the thing is that there are so few really good special attacking both poison and fighting type Pokemon that I like to have a Nasty Plot setup sweeper.
That's fair, but can Toxicroak learn any fighting moves?
Focus Blast.
Yeah, it's Focus Blast.
I know,
and you
it
have
has
to
terrible
separate-
accuracy.
Yeah, I try to avoid it as much as I can.
I do too. Like, if I can not use Focus Blast, I will, but it's a powerful move, and if you get stabbed from it, you're going to almost assuredly knock out anything that doesn't resist it.
But it's just so unreliable.
But it's just so unreliable.
Like, you need to be holding a zoom lens or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. But it does get other moves. It gets, stuff like Sludge Wave and
Sludge Wave and
Dark Pulse. I think it has access to Dark Pulse, which is really useful for a, poison fighting.
I take it your
combo.
Toxicroak is a special Toxicroak?
Yeah, I like it.
What's its ability?
Its ability, I think I gave it Shudder. Or,
Anticipation?
Not Shudder, Anticipation.
Because it shudders.
Yeah, it gets Poison Touch, I know, which isn't, useful at all if you're using a special attacking one.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
gets Dry Skin. That's the other one, that's right.
Yeah, mine has dry skin.
Mine might have Dry Skin, I can't remember. It either has Shudder, or, Anticipation or Dry Skin.
Between those two, strictly speaking, I personally think dry skin is the way better option. Because it has Flying, Psychic, Ground, and is that it?
Flying, Psychic, Ground as weaknesses? Yeah.
Though your chances are you're going to be facing a Pokemon that has one of those types, like Earthquake or Air Slash or Psychic slash.
So Anticipation probably isn't even
that useful. So Dry Skin, mine is a physical one that I use on a rain team. So it's got Sucker Punch and
Sucker Punch is a really good move for that.
Yeah.
In 5th generation, back when they had the gems that could like increase the power. Now they only have normal gem, and I don't know why they didn't include any other gems. But before they had the dark gem and Sucker Punch on friggin'
Absol or
no, Toxicroak.
Toxicroak.
Because like if you go up against Psychic type Pokemon, they're just gonna Toxicroak, Psychic. But if it has Dark Gem and Sucker Punch,
boom!
It's gonna go down. And that's always fun.
That I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
I should rebattle in 5th
Yeah,
gen at some point.
5th gen, I do miss the gems from that generation.
The gems and the steel resistances and Dragon's sheer power.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't really miss
Dragon
Steel. I don't miss Steel being resistant to Ghost because I always thought that was kind of horse.
So.
But Dark makes more sense.
Yeah. Oh, so
But
it's
anyway.
got what's it got? It's got, I think mine's pretty standard physical. It's got Dry Skin with Sucker Punch, Gunk Shot. I did give it Gunk Shot.
Also a very unreliable move. But
It's unreliable, but it is a physical poison move, and you don't get a lot of those.
that hard hitting, especially.
Yeah.
Because the next one is probably Poison Jab, which 80 base power, but still.
Yeah.
Big
There
gap in
is
power.
Belch, but that's a special one, and you have to use an item, a berry. And
That's a really interesting move that I've never actually used, but I want to.
same. I want to use Belch a lot.
But it's hard to think of. because you would need recycle. You would need a good berry, which I guess like a Patea berry, and recycle with some
or a citrus
poison
berry.
type or something on a poison type Pokemon that gets stabbed would be the best option. But the problem is that no fucking poison type Pokemon have a really good special attack minus Gengar, and I don't even think it gets Belch.
It does not. Which, with it's how mischievous it's always trying to be, you'd think it would learn Belch.
Yeah, right?
Learns Lick. Why can't it learn Belch?
Is Belch is that a breed move?
Probably.
Or can it be a breed move, I guess? Because it might just not have anyone that it can breed with to get it. I don't know, obviously.
Oh, but it also has Drain Punch and something else. Probably Swords Dance or Bulk Up. My Toxicroak.
Swords Dance. My big problem with Toxicroak is, well, first of all, double weakness to Psychic. Any double weakness Pokemon, that's always going to be a hindrance, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I don't know about yours, and I haven't looked at Toxicroak's stats in a while, which I guess I should probably just bring up its stats while we're talking about it.
Yeah, that's my idea.
But my Toxicroak is a friggin' glass, if you want to call it cannon, a glass cannon. It dies in, it has to have a Focus Sash or else it's going to go down.
My Toxicroak
and I don't know if I just have bad IVs.
Take a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Mine also has perfect IVs and the defenses. So, if I was facing a perfect IV and attack, it might not do as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I rely on Drain Punch for recovery a lot, and I rely on killing my opponent with it.
Yeah, that's my big problem with Toxicroak. Yeah, I just pulled up its stats. 65 base defenses, both of them, and a base HP stat of 83. So
it's not gonna survive a lot.
Yeah,
it's better than a lot of Pokemon, but it's not.
It is. As far as sweepers go, that's not the worst. But if you wanted it to specialize, if you wanted to specialize in your defenses, you could do a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as sweepers go, you're really hurting yourself. Its base speed is 85, which is halfway decent, actually.
Yeah.
That's what, 150 at level 50, I think? I think that's...
Something like that.
I think it is.
There's a lot of faster Pokemon, though.
Mm-hmm. There are.
Garchomp.
Yeah, well, friggin' Garchomp, of course.
Garchomp.
Garchomp versus Toxicroak. You're going to have a bad time if you're the Toxicroak user. That's the way that's going to happen.
Yeah. I can't wait when we pull up Garchomp. That one's just going to be a fun discussion.
That will be. Do you have anything else for Toxicroak?
I love it. And its design.
It has
also.
a great design.
It is
and
just
a great cry.
It is the first ninja other than Ninjask.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a devilish little bastard.
Yeah.
Its male form, I don't know if the female one has it, but the male form at least has this little mustache on above its lip that's just like the evil villain mustache.
Well, I never even really noticed that before.
Yeah. It is plotting to kill you. That's why it has Nasty Plot. It is a truly evil potential Pokemon.
Yeah, it's cool. I love that it gets Nasty Plot. Its move pool is pretty cool if you've ever taken a look at its move pool. It does get Belch. Maybe I could try to give it Belch. But the thing is, again, you need it to have
a berry.
You need to have a berry, and I know my Toxicroak, it has to have a Focus Sash. Although, I mean,
if you use it against the right Pokemon,
yeah, if it sets up, and then it's gonna be able to kill whatever comes after it.
You know what would be a nice move, or at least an interesting move, would be if your Pokemon's holding a berry, you just instantly make your Pokemon eat that berry.
Oh, like Gluttony?
Like Gluttony, but
activates
form.
it immediately?
Yeah.
Oh, like a move?
Yeah.
Where it eats the berry. Like Recycle, only...
The reverse of Recycle. You could use that move, then Recycle, and keep doing it.
So, a moveset or a Pokemon like that would be like Recycle, then whatever that...
move is.
Whatever is that item, or that move that does based on whatever berry you're holding. I think it's Secret Power? Not Secret Power. There is one where whatever berry you're holding, it changes the effect of the move itself, like the power in the move.
Yeah, Secret Power or...
It's not Secret Power, it's...
Natural Gift.
Natural Gift, that's it. Natural Gift.
Mm-hmm.
Natural Gift. It's a very, what's the word for it? A very, kitschy move, a very gimmicky move.
It's very gimmicky, and it's very,
specific.
like,
but it
gimmicky.
does have it. But it does have its usefulness, and if you could combine that with like recycle and
the mystery
move, and then maybe another move that
belch
or something like that. Like that could be a really interesting moveset.
You would
That'd
have
be
to.
so much fun.
The Pokemon that's using it, I don't think Toxicroak could pull it off because it would be.
Oh no,
it's too much
too
of a
frail.
Yeah, like Cradily, if it had slightly higher special attack, would rock that.
Yeah, it would. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Toxicroak, cool Pokemon.
Cool Pokemon. I'm giving it 4 Voltorbs. I'm rating it.
Fine.
I'm rating them.
Fine. So you gave of the first 3, I think you gave them all like full Voltorbs. The first 3 starters, you gave them like all great, amazing Voltorbs, and then 0 Voltorbs, and then 4 Voltorbs again. Like we can't do this for each Pokemon.
Okay, wait, no, I didn't give Venusaur 4 Voltorbs. I gave Venusaur like 3 more. 2.
Well, I would give Venusaur 4.
Well, that's you. And
I'd give Charizard 2.
I would give Mega Charizard 3.5. And I'll give Blastoise 4.
We're not doing it. We're not rating.
I just rated them.
Rating.
I rated them.
We're not rating.
Tell Force that you want.
No, we're not rating every single Pokemon.
People are gonna tell us that they want us to rate them, and you're gonna have to rate them because that's the way podcasts work. It's gonna be great.
Fine, but I will do it under protest, and only if enough people ask us to.
Do it, people. Do it. Do it, people. People, do it.
It's gonna blow my eardrums later because I'm gonna forget that you were that close to the mic.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna hate that. All right, so
yeah.
Back to the other news.
Hold on, wait. Actually, I want to give Toxicroak 3.5 because 4 is gonna be reserved for very special Pokemon to my heart. Never mind. Toxicroak's 3.5 out of 4.
So back to what we were teasing before.
So Sun and Moon.
Sun and
the
Moon.
News. It came out with information.
Yeah. The news was that there is news for it.
As opposed to news, hey, there will be news.
Yeah, which is great when the Pokemon Company does that done.
It's so annoying.
It really is. They do that all the time.
So we finally have our starters, the images of our legendaries, which we can infer their names based on the trademarks, and the name of the location.
What's the name of the location again?
Alola.
Are you sure it's Alola?
It's Alola.
Alola? So
It sounds like...
Aloha?
Yeah.
Okay, well, fine. Fair enough.
It's based on Hawaii.
Which... The region looks really cool.
It does look
cool. It looks so cool.
Well, do you think that the picture they keep showing us of that region is the entire region?
No, I don't know. It's really hard to determine from just, that image. So.
If you look, though, at the images, it's really small, because, there's a city, there's the professor's town, there's some houses. That is all you get in that image. There's not much else. And since Hawaii is composed of islands, I'm guessing Alola is also going to be composed of islands.
7.8 out of 10, too much water.
Yeah, no, it's going to be even more water now. It's going to be 85% water.
Oh, dear. I don't know how excited I am for that, because I always found the water crossings in the games a little annoying and tedious. But...
Well, did you ride a Sharpedo ever in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire?
Did that make a difference?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go twice as fast.
Really? I did not know that. God damn it.
In a way, there are different animations for different Pokemon. Wailord and Kyogre have their own.
All the ones I ever used just had, the generic little...
Well, which ones did you use?
Sprite. Well, obviously I saw Lapras, but I thought Lapras was just special. I didn't... The other ones I used were Pelipper and stuff, and they don't have their own little.
Well, because Pelipper. Can you imagine having to animate a Pelipper?
Yeah, you just a little those little swan love boat rides. It would just look like that.
So your Pelipper suddenly gets a dent in its back, and you jump on.
Yep.
Your Pelipper's broken back.
Or maybe you ride in its little mouth pouch. See,
that would require too much animation sprites for them. That you wouldn't be able to do that with the then current technology.
You think it'd be do you think they would ever get that involved in the sprites with the next generations? I mean, eventually, probably.
We do have full body sprites. Like, when you're walking in the overworld, that is the full body scale. That's the first time that's ever happened.
What do you mean full body scale? Like,
Well, like, you know how in X and Y, when you're doing a battle cutscene against, like, Lysander or a gym person, and you see your whole body, and then you go to the trainer page, and it's your full body.
mm-hmm.
That full body will be in the overworld.
Oh, so like the sprite is the
full body.
Is the full body the entire time.
Yeah, instead of like even in X and Y, it's still like the little chibi version.
That's true. All right, so let's get into the meat of this then. Let's talk about the thing that everyone's been talking about.
The starters.
The starters.
Oh my god, I love them.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I love all of them.
So, which one do you want to start with? You want to go?
Let's go.
In order?
Let's go with the good order.
Okay.
Grass, Rowlet, the bird, the owl.
The owl. I'm really excited for it. I love the grass. I always choose the grass starter. That's the one I always pick first.
And I think you are choosing the most popular on the internet.
I know, that's really weird for me.
Yeah, you don't usually do
weird.
that.
No, I don't. I'm never the one who goes with the most, especially when it comes to like Pokemon choices.
Well, Snivy was pretty.
Was it?
Yeah, because it's Smugleaf.
Because of what?
People were calling it Smugleaf because
Oh.
of how smug it was.
I wasn't that into the meme culture of Pokemon at that time when I was choosing Snivy, so I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Chespin, I know. I think the last generation, Chespin, Froakie, and Fennekin, they were all pretty much equal.
Yeah.
In terms of popularity.
Which
It
is
seemed
a
like.
rare.
That's very rare. When's the last time that happened? Generation 2, maybe? 3?
3 maybe. Although memes weren't really a thing in 3 yet.
Yeah.
They didn't become a thing till later. With I heard you like Mudkips.
Is that what started that whole thing?
I don't know, maybe, probably. Anyway, so Rowlet.
Rowlet is freaking cute.
And it's the first dual type starter in the first stage since Bulbasaur.
Yeah, which was also part grass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so proud of my low grass starters. Yeah, I really can't wait to choose. I already decided what name I'm gonna give it.
What are you gonna give
I'm
it?
gonna name it Kevin.
You're not gonna give it Doctor Who?
No, I'm not gonna name it Doctor Who.
Because it has a bow tie.
No, I'm not
No,
gonna name it that.
you don't like
I'm
Doctor
gonna
Who.
name it Kevin.
Why Kevin?
Because it looks like a Kevin.
Why do you get a girl Rowlet? Are you gonna reset the game
Yes,
until you
so
get
I
a male?
get a guy.
Wow,
and name
that's
it Kevin.
sexist.
Well, I can't think of a good female Rowlet name.
Kella.
Kella?
It's like Kevin, but girl.
No.
Kevy. Ooh, Kevy.
No, that's terrible.
No? If I chose Rowlet, I would probably give it... I don't know. I actually haven't even thought of a nickname for my Rowlet because I'm not going to choose Rowlet first time.
I don't usually pick out nicknames that far ahead, but
Neither do I.
But I think Rowlet looks just so much like a Kevin that I want to name it Kevin.
Well, nice. And do you think it's... Or what were you saying?
No, what were you going to ask?
Well, so let's talk about, like, its possible evolution lines. Like, do you think it's going to, like, be, like, the sleek one? Or, like it's going to be Empoleon and more especially bulky?
It's so hard to tell. Like, when you looked at Chespin, would you have ever thought in a million years that Chesnaught was going to be the, like...
Yes.
The evolution of that?
I did think that, actually.
Did you? You thought it would turn into, like, a big...
There's always
beefcake?
a big bulky beefcake, and I thought Chespin would have been the one for it.
So,
Because-
Generation Blastoise, Generation 2, I guess, Meganium, Generation 3,
Swampert,
Generation 4,
Torterra,
Generation 5,
Emboar,
and Emboar. Generation 6,
Chestnut.
huh. Not modern.
Yeah.
I think between these three, though, the evolution would be for Popplio, but not Rowlet.
You think Popplio would be the bulky one?
Yeah,
Interesting.
that would be my guess. Although we have had... Anyway, we'll get to the Popplio when we get to Popplio.
Yeah. And do you think it's
that's
gonna...
a whole thing.
Do you think it's gonna stick with its flying type? Because there are theories that it will actually be part ground.
That's weird. No, I can't imagine that. I mean, whatever I say is pointless anyway because
this
in
is
6
speculation.
months, yeah, it's speculation. In 6 months, I'm going to be proven wrong no matter what I say.
That's true. That's true.
But I would like it to remain constant with grass flying. Just I think it'd be fun.
You don't think the
it'd be
double ice weakness and the rock weakness and the poison and the normal taking on electricity would hinder it?
Not really.
No.
No.
Nice.
Not that does that stuff really bother Tropius that much?
I mean,
Tropius?
it's not really used in competitive play, so yes, it does.
I guess that's true. It's not the worst typing. Being double weak to ice, that's even Dragonite has that problem.
Yeah, but Dragonite is multi-skill.
Maybe it'll have a cool hidden ability or something, or maybe like
Thick fat.
yeah, or maybe it'll just be one of those Pokemon that like its stats are just good enough and its move pool is good enough that's never really an issue. You know.
I could see it being with it being an owl and it's being all wise. If it sticks with the flying type, it's gonna be like a specially.
Do you think so? A special attacker.
A special attacker, like special tank or sweeper. I'm not sure which yet.
It could be physical. You never know.
It could be physical.
Because owls are very like
ferocious
and hawk-like.
And its attack
kill you with my talons.
Attack is a physical leaf attack.
You never know.
Yeah.
You can't tell from this point. All right, so
it's adorable.
It's adorable.
What do you rank it?
No, I'm not.
I'm not.
Going to
Yeah,
do that.
I'm not gonna rank non-evolutionary.
We don't know yet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that.
All right, so how about Litten, our fire starter?
My cat looks like Litten.
Wow, your cat does look like Litten.
Yeah.
Like a chubby version of Litten.
A chubby, fat version of Litten.
I don't want to use the word fat, but your cat.
Phoenix is fat. It's okay.
But yeah, my problem with Litten is its name, but that's it.
Why? It's so cool.
Because
it's lit.
But it's so close to Litleo.
It's lit.
And
the joke is it's lit, which means it's enjoying a really sweet party and at its high.
Huh.
Because you lighten up marijuana.
Urban
Dictionary.
What do you think of Litten?
It's really cute.
I think it's really cute.
I think it would be my third pick out of the evolutions, although that might change once after the first playthrough when I know what their evolutions
you never
are.
can tell.
But as of right now, it's my third pick.
As of right now, it's my second.
Ah, okay. And what type do you think it would evolve into, if any?
I don't know. I know people have been saying dark type because
it's black.
It's black.
That's
but,
racist.
Well, it has black markings on it or whatever, but so did
Tepic?
Sphinx.
And Sphinx? Shinx?
Sphinx.
Shinx is a Sphinx.
Shinx is a Sphinx?
Yeah.
Jinx.
Ha!
But so did Shinx, but it was pure electric, so...
That's true.
I think it would be cool if it just stayed pure fire, because we haven't had a pure fire type since... Wow, only...
Second gen.
Only second gen. Only,
Typhlosion.
Thank you.
You're
only
welcome.
Typhlosion has been pure fire. It'd be nice if we had another pure fire.
I gotta be honest. I'm always kind of bored when a final evolution is a pure type.
Really?
Because then I'm like, okay, yeah, but here's Arcanine. Great.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it's probably a tiger because of the markings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My theory, and I think the internet's theory as well, is that it might also be ground or rock, because tiger against the tiger and the dragon represents earth. And so it'd be a fire ground or a fire rock, which we don't have any fast, which I think Litten's probably going to be because it's a cat and cats are fast.
Cats are fast, yeah.
It's going to be a fast fire ground special or physical attacker, which would rock
It would. We've never had a speedy, and I'm sure I'm going to be wrong the moment I say this, but we've never had a speedy ground
fire
special attacking Pokemon that I can think of. Like, speedy special attacking ground.
Primal Groudon is pretty fast, and its special attack is 150. But it's focusing on attack, though.
And that's also a
legendary.
Uber. Yeah, it's a legendary Uber. Like,
it's Camerupt is a tank.
Like, what else we got?
Claydol and Macargo is a fire rock, which is just a shitty, slow tank.
I'm excited. I'm really interested in Litten. I think it's adorable. I like cats, so I think it's adorable. I would love to use it. So that would be my second choice. Not because I hate Poplio. It's just because I think Litten.
You hate water
cute.
types. It's okay.
I don't hate water types either. Well, I'm not in love with them. I think they're kind of bland usually, but I just happen to think that Litten's really cute, and that would be my second choice.
I see.
All right, so let's get to the one that everyone's about.
Except me, because I love it.
Poplio.
Poplio. Okay. Yes, I am being influenced. I will admit that it is a water type, and I almost always go with the water type first. The only time I didn't was Oshawott when I was afraid of it at the time, but then on the second playthrough and then on, I realized it's the only one that's worth using in game. And Piplup, because I thought Torterra was just too cool to not use.
Torterra's pretty awesome.
I will admit I am being influenced by its water typing. But it's also a sea lion, and it's also adorable, and it's trying its hardest.
I think the big issue everyone's having with it is the fact that it looks like a clown, right?
Yeah, that's
like,
what it is. It's a clown sea lion.
No one's ever really come out and said, oh, it looks like a clown, therefore it's ugly. But that seems to be the issue, that it looks kind of clown-like. And, it's got that frilly neck, whatever, and
because it's a clown.
And a nose.
It's because it's a
button
clown.
Nose. I don't have a big problem with its design. The very first time I saw it, I was like, oh, really? But, once I got used to it, I was like, yeah, like we've never had a clown Pokemon.
I mean, people were afraid of Oshawott at first.
They should have been afraid of Mr. Mime at first.
I think they were.
They probably were.
People still are.
Yeah.
But, Oshawott is now one of the most... I think Oshawott now is the most popular of the Unova starters.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm willing to bet that Poplio will, in 2 years' time, will be the most popular most popular Alola starter.
It depends on, the final evolutions, obviously.
It does, but in terms of first stage, purely.
Froakie had a design that I had to get used to for a second, too.
And now Greninja is the most popular.
And, Piplup looked bland. Squirtle was cool. Squirtle had a cool first design.
But also everyone knew we're introduced to Pokemon by Blastoise and Charizard, not by Squirtle and Charmander.
Totodile was just...
Totodile's the best!
Cool
He's my favorite starter design. But no, I love Poplio. Actually, I just realized that I also imagine that evolve into a speedster because it's very acrobatic-y.
Yeah, I can see
stuff.
that.
So, and I'm giving Blitzen the fast because it's a tiger. So now there has to be a bulky one. I think it could be Rowlet. Rowlet could be the bulky one, to my theory. But anyway.
I mean, it could always still be Litten. I mean, look at Umbreon. That doesn't look like it would be bulky.
That's true.
And from appearances, Swampert doesn't look that bulky, even though he is the bulky one.
And if you Mega Evolve it...
Yeah, if you Mega Evolve it, it looks like a triangle. It's very top-heavy.
Well, between the three, Blaziken, Swampert, and Sceptile, I would think Swampert would be the bulky one.
Yeah, it does look the most bulky-esque, I guess.
So what type do you think Poplio would gain upon evolution?
I'm very much influenced by Seal and Spheal.
Spheal?
Is that his name? Spheal?
It's Spheal.
Wow, what a terrible name.
So you think it would gain Ice?
I'm very much influenced by those other Pokemon, but yeah, that's what my gut says right now.
I disagree completely because, one, they already exist. And they're not going to make another Seal, another Ice type, because they're not going to make the same mistake that they did with the Fire starters. And also, you are in Hawaii. You're not going to see Ice as a starter. So I'm guessing it's going to go with that clown motif and either be a fighting for the Muscle Man, and also that's what the hidden icon is, fighting. Or Psychic or Fairy based on clowns.
Those make the most sense to me, Psychic or Fairy.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've had a No, we haven't had a water fairy or a water psychic. We definitely haven't had a water fairy, but we haven't had a water psychic.
But the only water fightings we've had were Poliwrath and Keldeo. Poliwrath being forgotten, and Keldeo being a legendary.
Well, we've had other water psychic Pokemon, but I was just talking about starters.
Oh, yeah. That's
Starmie
true.
and others.
And Azumarill for Water Fairy.
And Azumarill for Water Fairy. They could all just be pure types at the end, even Rowlet.
That would be sad.
It'd be a little boring, but there are worse things.
But, yeah. Okay, so if Rowlet's grass flying, Litten is fire rock, and Popplio is water fighting, that's another type loop.
I don't like that.
Fighting, flying, and rock.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a loop, but also those...
They seem kind of generic.
And also, can we just not have a fighting friggin' starter Pokemon in every single generation? Can that just end, please?
Oh, well, yeah, because, Chestnut was the fighting. At least it wasn't, Del Fox. Del Fox is the fighting version of Del Fox.
Del Fisticuffs.
Yep, there we go. Oh, Fox to Cuffs.
Ah, there we go. That's funny. That's good.
New Pokemon Fox to Cuffs.
Alright, so that's the starters. Anything else you want to talk about with Sun and Moon?
Well, the legendaries, we'll call them, I'm going to go ahead and call them Solgaleo and Lunala until proven otherwise.
Are those like the leaked names?
Those are the trademarked leaked names, yeah.
Wow.
And Solgaleo happens to be a lion. So
I think they look cool, but I'm a little like, oh, they look like Pokemon from the last generation. Whatever.
Really? How so?
Well, I'm assuming the Moon one, the one that's supposed to be the Moon one, it kind of looks like a combination of Evital and
Flying
Noivern.
Because it is a bat, and it's probably a dark type.
Mm-hmm. And the lion one looks like,
Litleo.
Pyroar.
Or Pyroar. It does look like a Mega Pyroar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if it just turns out to be Mega Pyroar and Mega Noivern?
God, that would suck.
Like, they're not the legendaries, they're just Megas of something else.
And the evil teams are like, guys, we gotta find a Pyroar and a Noivern, but we're in Alola and not Kalos. Because I have the Mega Stones for them.
That would be annoying, actually. Here are the Mega Stones for a Pokemon you haven't been able to get good this whole generation.
Forget Pokemon Bank, that's not a thing.
Nope. Oh, man.
Assuming they're not Mega Evolutions or evolutions of Noivern and Litleo, you have any type guesses? I'm gonna guess for Lunala, Fairy Dark. Because
we need a Fairy Dark Pokemon.
We do need a Fairy Dark Pokemon, and it's Moon themed. So, and fairies seem to have a connection with Moon, but it's also like black markings and very like the Moon thrives in darkness. So,
and maybe the
Dark Fairy.
Maybe the lion one. Maybe that's Dragon Normal.
Either Dragon Normal or not Dragon Fire, because you can't have another. I'm guessing either Pure Fire or Fire. Well, you could have another Fire Dragon.
I was saying Dragon Normal just to be kind of a smartass.
Oh,
if you think that's.
I mean, lions are dragon-esque in mythology.
Yeah, and the lions typically they're of the class that tends to be normal type. I guess like the mammalian. Mammalian ends up being normal. Is how it usually happens.
I think Heliolisk was the first non-mammal normal type.
Because it's like a lizard.
It is a lizard.
That just over my whole perception of what normal type is supposed to be.
Yep. Mammals and a reptile.
Yep, and a reptile. Maybe it's half reptile, half mammal.
Oh, maybe.
Alright, last thoughts on that then?
It looks sweet, and Popplio will destroy all.
Any concerns, legitimate, oh my god, I really hope they don't do this.
Well, I know you can customize. You can at least customize what your skin is, and that's good. I'm a little concerned over the lady's hat. It's a chicken hat. The female trainers.
That's how you get, and you can't change it.
And your rival, I think for the third generation in a row, is going to be like you're going to be leaving them behind like you did with Sharam and
as opposed to the original idea behind the rivals, which is always that they're a step ahead of you, and that's the level you're trying to reach to.
But this rival like comes to the lab after you do, and he seems very easygoing and not caring as much.
Yeah,
which I like that he's easygoing.
That's fine, but I want a rival that's like a challenge, like someone who's gonna challenge me, a good, strong rival, or someone to like play off of, or be like parallel or perpendicular to my own destiny, like the second generation rival or the first generation rival, or because those were the only two really good ones.
Let's see. I'm going over the rivals. Yeah, first one's just we're gonna have an episode where we like talk about the rivals, because the second one's my favorite so far. Silver. Third.
For me, it's between the first one and the second one.
But third is a weak ass. Fourth is annoying as
Wally in the third one, but you barely see him until
you see him twice.
Yeah. Yeah, the fourth one, he's just annoying and obnoxious. He has like ADHD or something. Like, he's just obnoxious. I can't remember his actual name. I always called mine Lionel, because he seems like a Lionel.
I called mine Spaz. Fifth gen, what's the first one introduced to? I did like Sharam. Sharam was nice.
Yeah, but I can't remember them.
And what's her face? Bianca.
She was fine, but she was always like 3 steps behind.
Well, that was her point, though.
Yeah, but she wasn't a challenge.
She actually did provide me the biggest challenge I had in my first playthrough of White, because it was raining and I had an Embor.
Oh, I see.
And at the time, I didn't really keep even levels, so my Embor was the only one that could challenge her efficiently.
And then 6th generation, the rivals were just had like 12 of them, and they were all over the place.
Yeah, like you had the one consistent rival, but they were talking about how like much of a veteran they are because their parents are good, but yet they only have 4 Pokemon for the entire time.
Oh, here's another one though. For the Elite Four, have more than 4 Pokemon on each team.
Yeah,
have 5.
Yeah,
like you're supposed to.
Yeah, come on, 6th gen. What the?
And I like 6th gen a lot.
But that was
a big problem I had with it.
And when you rebattled them, it was only in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire that they got stronger.
Yeah. Why? Why was that a thing?
I think if Z ever came out, that's what they would have fixed.
Probably.
But
then they were like, oh, 20-year anniversary, we gotta do a whole other generation. We can't do another game.
Yeah.
Another 6th gen game. We gotta do a whole nother generation.
So, oh well.
Oh well. Alright, so this one's running a little long.
We did have a pretty big news update, though.
We did. And we probably didn't go over any of our predictions from the last one because of I had some sound issues with the last episode. Hopefully that didn't happen with this one.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of that might have been cut off, and I apologize for that in advance, or in retrospect, I guess. So anything else, Nick?
I am Poplio, and I will murder everyone because I am the best.
Thank you, Nick. Have a good day.
You're welcome. Blah!